What's up, everybody? In today's video, I'm going to be going over my new daily carry, the Gen 6 Glock 43X MOS. For the past couple years, I've been daily carrying this Hellcat. It's the original version, no optics cut. It's been a great gun for a while, but I really wanted something that I could put a red dot on. So I went ahead and picked up this Glock 43X. Let's get it unboxed. It now comes with two steel 15-round magazines, a speed loader, your typical lock. I picked up a Streamlight TLR-7 HLX sub, the HL being the high lumens, with the included USB-C rechargeable battery. It has 1,000 lumens, 13,000 candela. You can also throw in a CR123 battery. That'll give you 550 lumens and 7,300 candela. Let's get this unboxed and see what all comes with it. All right, now that's unboxed, you get the light itself, the USB-C rechargeable battery, the USB-C cable. It also comes with another set of tail switches. One's high and one's low setting. I'm gonna go ahead and swap these out, which are the lower ones. I feel like it's gonna set a little too high, my finger will get in the way. You also get the paperwork and a nice sticker to add to the collection. Forgot to show earlier that the Glock also came with a nice little sticker. I'm a sucker for those. I got a pretty good collection going on. For the optics, I picked up a Holosun EPS. Let's get this thing unboxed. Comes with your lens cloth, all the paperwork, the optic. Let's see if we can get you that red dot in there. The adapter plate, which I will be using because I don't want to have to modify the slide right now. Comes with the tool and the mounting hardware. I will not be using this hardware because I've been hearing some horror stories about these snapping whenever you're torquing them down. So I went ahead and ordered hardware from Calculated Kinetics. This is their G43X, G48 MOS with Holosun adapter for the ESP carry, and get this unpackaged. All right, so you get two sets of screws, one's just a spare. It comes with the Torx bit. It also comes with some Loctite. Throw on those screws. The instructions does say to torque it down to 15 inch-pounds. I have a inch-pound torque screwdriver that I'll be using, and then also another sticker to add. So I'm gonna go ahead and get everything installed, and then we'll see the final product. So for this Holosun optic, I wanted to show the different settings that you can run through. So you can adjust the brightness manually. It's quite bright. You can also get it pretty low. So get it to a good brightness, and then what you'll do is on the side you have your plus and minus. If you press and hold the plus, you cycle through three different options, one of them being the manual adjustment. So I'll press and hold the plus, you'll see it flash. That confirms it's on the next setting. So that is it locked into the manual setting that you put. And if you press and hold to the plus again, wait for it to flash. So that's with it in automatic mode. So it bases that off of the solar panel up top. And what happens with that is when it gets really bright, it'll illuminate more. A flashlight. You see how it gets much brighter. Turn the flashlight off. Gets dimmer. Then if you cover the solar panel up, goes super dark, which I do not like that. So I usually plan on leaving it on the manual one. So let's turn it back to manual. And we'll leave it, I like that setting. So I'm gonna go ahead and press it one final time until it flashes. And it's locked in, so no matter if I plus or minus, it stays the same. If you cover up the solar panel, it stays the same. Before I throw on the lower sitting buttons, I wanted to give you an idea of kind of how they sat in there with the high button. I just don't like how little room it leaves for your finger. It's kind of hard to capture on camera how far they stick out. Let's go ahead and throw those lower setting ones on. Alright, so I've got everything installed, torqued down to specs. So I went ahead and swapped out for the lower ones. You can see they definitely sit way lower on the trigger guard. I think it fits a lot better. This light is extremely bright. I'm gonna go ahead and add in a few night shots with it out in the dark. So for the screws, the manufacturer recommended 15 inch pounds. Picked up this little torque screwdriver off Amazon, worked fairly good. You will need a T10 Torx drive. I had to get the extended one because the bits it came with, it was too fat to fit in there. It was going to hit the optics. Optic itself, let's see if we can get a good view of it. And also went ahead and added a few rounds of some grip tape just to break up the texture a little bit. I used some good tape. For my holster, I went ahead and picked up a Tenacor Certum Lux 4. It's the AIWB/IWB, which is the appendix in waistband or the side carry in waistband. This one's made just for the Glock with the multi-light. Let's get it unboxed and see what it comes with. Alright, now we got it unpackaged. First thing you're going to see is this note, just giving you a heads up that it is going to cause wear to the finish of your gun. And that's because it is formed very closely into the contours of your gun, so no safe queens. You also get some paperwork going over, gun safety, always treat the gun loaded, never point a gun in direction at anything you're not willing to shoot, and just some information on the company itself. You also get a sticker, my favorite, and then with this order I opted to get a second sticker, so that looked kind of cool. So here's everything unpackaged. As you can see, this is made strictly for the G43X right hand draw, which is the R, and it is molded to fit the TLR-7 sub light. Chips disassembled. On the website and the videos they talk about that they do to get a better fit for how you carry. The way they suggest doing that is putting your weapon in the holster. Make sure we're cleared safe. So put it in without anything attached. You'll go ahead and put it how you're going to carry it inside your belt. Do some sit down, stand up, kneel down, just do your daily routine of how you would carry it with it. And then once you're comfortable in a good spot, what you'll do is you'll get a pencil, and on top of your belt you'll draw a line where the top of your belt is on the holster itself. Take the belt clip and line it up to the top of your drawing up here. So the top of the belt clip will line up to the marker that you made. For the way I'll be carrying it, they suggest using the 2 inners. If you're going to appendix carry, they suggest using the 2 outers. They do claim that it accepts most red dots for the pistols. This one fits just perfectly on there. This company was a little bit pricey, but they have a great warranty. They say that if you buy directly from them and you're not satisfied with it, that they'll take it back and give you a refund forever. They said they'll even pay for return shipping if you purchase from them. All right, so I found a good position for where I want to carry mine at. I went ahead and marked with the pencil, as you can see right there. So let's go ahead and get these belt clips installed. So you have 2 options. You can do it to where it sits higher or lower. As you can see, it's got the 2 mounting points. So you need to put it right there. Or you can use the 2 lower ones. All right, so as you can see now, kind of got those lined up with my mark. Here now, all good to go. I'm gonna play around with it. You can add these camming gears for side carry if you need to. I'm gonna wear it for a couple days and see if I need to add these on or not. I just got back from the range, ran about 300 rounds through this thing, and it performed flawlessly. It did get pretty dirty, as you can see. The flashlight got caked, so it's going to take a good cleaning for it. The ammo I used for this trip was just some Winchester 115 grain full metal jackets, and also ran about 2 magazines worth of some hollow point self-defense ones I had. It's always a good idea to make sure those will run good. So all in all, I'm very pleased with how it performed. It had no issues, no failure to feeds, no failure to ejects. Ran both magazines, no issues with any of them, especially them being the new steel ones. But all in all, it's been a great gun so far. I'm really excited now to start carrying it now that I can perform well after hitting the range with it. So I think that's going to do it. I appreciate everybody watching. I think in the next video I'm going to run through rattle canning one of my ARs. I'll see you next time. Bye.